Hello, my name is Stephen. I'm one of the founding directors here at Love Realty, and I thought there'd be no better information to provide people that are wondering what's happening in the real estate market at the moment, some hard facts, some statistics as to what's happening in our local region in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie. And so let's work through this information and let's see how things are faring so far this year. So properties currently for sale available to purchase in Newcastle at the moment, it's 950. Properties currently for sale at the moment in Lake Macquarie is 1,373. Interestingly, in Lake Macquarie, that's a drop in number of properties for sale. So at the start of the year, that was sitting somewhere between 1,500 to 1,600. So that's come back a fair bit. Time on market in Newcastle is 109 days. Time on market in Lake Macquarie is 146. Now, at Love, I'll give you an example. Today, we've sold another 2 properties, have exchanged, and we're seeing properties, depending on how they're priced, sell anywhere between 2 to 3 days, right through to 62 days is how long it's taking to sell a property by the time it's photographed, put onto the market, databased, and as soon as you get that price right, even though it can take up to 62 days within the Love framework, you can certainly expect a much better result once you get those things right. Certainly not 146 days or 109. Now, what's the median price? How's that tracking? In at Newcastle, the median price for houses is 682,500. For units, 540,000. And at Lake Macquarie, for houses, 667,000. For units, 420,000. So that's the median price that we're seeing at the moment achieved in our region. This time last year, when we look at that next to this year with number of sales since January. So from January through to this time last year, the number of sales in Newcastle was 1,243. This year, wait for it, 1,073. So if you're waiting for this market to stop transacting, if you're waiting for it to stand still, it hasn't happened at all. What's happening in at Lake Macquarie? This time last year, 1,596 sales. This year, 1,323. So plenty of activity. And I think the main thing to focus on here in relation to purchasing and selling is it's absolutely evident that properties need to be priced well. And I can tell you that with purchases in the marketplace, here's why they're in the marketplace. Because first and foremost, when you have a look at what you're paying for rent versus what you're paying in relation to a mortgage repayment, in a lot of instances, providing you've got a deposit and you're ready to go, you're much better off purchasing a property. So what's happening with the rental side of things? Well, let me take you through that data. In the Hunter region, in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie, vacancies dropped from 2.1% to 1.3%. So if you're a landlord, if you're an investor and you're worried about finding a suitable tenant for your property, you can see that right across the board, vacancy rates are dropping. At Love, we're tracking at less than 1%. So that's where we are there. Now, if you're looking to rent a property, what's that mean for you? What that means is that you need to make sure you're prepared. You need to make sure that you're presenting yourself as best as you possibly can and that you're presenting your best application. So make sure you've got all that prepared so when you see a property you like, you can get ahead of everyone else. What does that equate to in days in a property sitting there not collecting rent? On a whole, it's 15 days. On a whole, that looks like 15 days. At Love, it's 9 days and under. So that's what's happening in the marketplace. you can certainly see there's still a fair bit out there happening. The significant changes in the marketplace that people were waiting for certainly hasn't materialized in our region. It's most definitely come back, and those numbers suggest that. They show that it has come back. And one thing I want to make sure is, as I've always said for the last 20 years, yes, there might be something that's happening globally or nationally, but in every region, there's a micro market. And what controls a marketplace is supply, demand, pricing, infrastructure, and also job opportunities. And on a whole, Newcastle and Lake Macquarie's faring pretty well. And for those of you that have experienced turmoil from COVID, you know, I do acknowledge that and also empathize with you. On the flip side, we do have a lot of people in our area where employment has been stable for them, and they're the people that are still in the marketplace. So I hope this information serves you well. If you do need help renting a property, if you do need help renting your property out, if you would like help finding a property you'd love to purchase at a price you're happy to pay, or you'd like us to help you go and find the best buyer in the marketplace and help with the sale of your home, we're fully staffed with 50 people here at Love, ready to help improve your life with love.